This first project is really simple, just using cookie cutters, but you can use anything that you want just to make some little stamps. I just got some paint out. Now I make it a little bit darker because the pink wasn't really showing up. And you just put some paint on it and smash it on the paper and you've got it. The next one is taking half of a paper plate. We're going to make a little chick. And I'm just painting it pink. It's a Valentine color. You could do these really easily for Easter also. And I didn't think of this while I was doing it, but I have a bag of feathers somewhere. And I'm going to try to find them for the workshop because I think kids would have a great time just gluing some feathers on these. So I'm just making sure that I'm covering all of those little ridges really well with the paint. I'm just using an acrylic paint that I have on hand. I didn't even notice the color's name. It's so old, it probably doesn't even have that color anymore. And the supplies are pretty much all Dollar Tree supplies. The little heart that you see there is one of their little heart stickers, and we're going to use that for a wing. You'll see in a little bit. So just making sure, again, I'm getting all of those little nooks and crannies done. And what you see above my hand are those little dot stickers that I don't remember what they call them, but Dollar Tree has them in all kinds of different colors. You could also use the little jewels. And I thought about that, but I didn't have enough for all the kids to do jewels, and they didn't have any at my Dollar Tree today. So I found out the hard way. You'd make sure that you have all the same thing. Okay, so now I'm just taking pipe cleaners, and you see the V there, that's going to be the beak. I'm taking just one piece of pipe cleaner and then another one, kind of making a T and then crossing it around the long one to make the little feet. I hope that made sense. I do show you again later on, and I think you can see it a little bit better then. But you can make feet any way you want. All right, and then I am going to hot glue them for the workshop on Saturday. I'm probably going to have some tape so that they can tape it on, and maybe some Elmer's glue. We'll have glue guns, but some of the kids are pretty little, and moms may not always have time to help them with everything. We'll see. So I'm getting a little bit of glue off that came around the front. And then I'm going to glue the feet. And there's no perfect place for the beak or the feet. It's whatever is aesthetically pleasing to you. While we're watching me do this, tell me where you're watching from. I always love to know how far my videos reach. And are you doing any crafts with your kiddos for Valentine's Day or even for your house or gifts? I'd love to see them. Now I grabbed the pink heart and then realized, oh, nope, that's not going to show up very well. So I'm looking for the red one. I have my materials out and then I move them when I'm doing stuff and forget where they are. So now I'm getting the hot glue off my fingers and then getting the backing off of that sticker. And then just put it wherever you think the wing should be. Don't have to use glue or anything, which is nice. Now I'm going to put a little googly eye. You can never have too many googly eyes in projects for kids. I have some where the googly part is colored instead of black, and I'm saving them for the workshop. Then I'm using some of those dots. Just going to grab some out. I started out by trying to pull one off at a time. Of course, it gets stuck to my fingernail. And then I decided the easiest way is just to pull a row off. And I got to get that little piece of glue from the first one off. And then just put them on one at a time. But then you're holding on to the row and it doesn't get stuck on my fingernails. So it worked really well. You can do as little or as much, and you can use whatever you want to decorate these babies. It doesn't matter. I went back and forth about whether I should put them around the fluted edge, and I decided not to, but knowing kids, they'll put them around there too, and that is cool. All right, and whoops, got the paper towel stuck there. That's all there is to it. I'm going to show you another version as soon as I get all the hot glue off my fingernails. So I got another plate, and I couldn't figure out which way it went. Oh my goodness, it doesn't take much to confuse me. I'm leaving this one white, and I am just taking one of those dabber brushes and just putting big circles all over the place. And they could do this with crayons or markers or paint. You know, it doesn't matter. If it's kids and they're doing paint, I would tell them to wait for the paint to dry. But since I was doing a video, I just decided to be careful. So I got my pink heart for the wing. I'm having a problem with words today. You'll see that probably later really well. Didn't realize that paint was going to show through that much, so I decided to just dab paint on the top and make it like it was supposed to be like that. Now I think I'm looking for the other eye. Had it sitting out, I still didn't find it even when I cleaned up, so it's probably on the floor somewhere. So I'm looking for my container, getting another googly eye. And you could use the great big ones too. I just wanted to save those kind for the workshop and the kids. And then I'm going to get my pipe cleaner, I believe. Yep, there we go. Gonna make a V for the beak. Glue that on. And now you'll be able to see, I think, a little better how to do the feet if it was kind of confusing last time. Make like a T, and then just wrap those sides around until they're kind of secure. I decided that piece wasn't quite long enough, so I wanted to get a longer one. So there we go. And we're just going to do it again for the second one. And then glue those babies on. I do think these would be cute with feathers, so I hope I can find them for the workshop. I know where they used to be, but I think I had them out for another workshop, and I'm not sure. So there is that one. Okay, now we're going to use a coffee filter. We're going to fold it in half and then just cut half of a heart so on the fold so that when you open it, you have a full heart. They're pretty flimsy, so it was kind of hard to hang on to while I was cutting. But then I'm not always the most coordinated, so. And it turned out really cute. So this project looks a little bit not as good, shall we say, on the video because I had to go buy some more markers. My markers were just about dead. It worked okay, but I wanted to get some different markers for Saturday. So all you have them do is scribble all over. I'm making circles. I did another one where I did scribbles. They can draw a design, but we're going to be squirting this with water, and so they will kind of melt. It didn't melt as much as I thought it was going to, so I think if they did a design, it would still show. Some projects I've done like this on other medium, it disperses so much that you can't even see the picture they were trying to make, which is frustrating for kids when their picture disappears. So I decided I'm going to put a little bit more in. My purple was actually working really well, but the other colors not so much. So now I'm just spritzing it with some water. I've done this before when you do like a faux watercolor and you do that on saran wrap and then turn it over onto a canvas and kind of squish it. And I was expecting it to dissolve a little bit more like it does on the saran wrap. So I kind of took a wet paper towel and batted at it a little bit to see if I could get it to smear a little bit more. But the interesting thing is as it dried, it kind of did disperse a little bit. I was trying more water and I finally went, Now be sure you put it on a paper towel or something because it does go through that filter onto whatever you have it sitting on. So you don't want it on something that's going to be a problem. So now I'm using rose petals. They had pink and they had red. And we're going to make a little caterpillar. I've just got half of a piece of construction paper. You can make this as big as or as little as you want. You could take these rose petals and cut them into heart shapes. I chose not to do that just because I'm going to have some younger kids and that would be a little bit complicated for some of them. So I just did an alternating pattern. And that other red one is going to be his head. And I'm just going to glue these down. Be careful if you use this glue. I think I got it at Dollar Tree. Sometimes it really comes out. You'll see later on. That one wasn't too bad, but later on it's like, whoa, whoops. So I just glue it down. There's all kinds of things you could use instead of these rose petals, but they were the Halloween, Valentine colors, so I thought we would use them. So I did 5 for the body, and then that last one for the head. And I believe this is where you're going to see the glue come out way more than I wanted it to. Drip, drip. It worked okay. I decided to tuck the tip of the head piece just a little bit under that pink one. Had it raised up a little bit so it looks like he's holding his head up. And I would have the kids wait for the glue to dry before the next part, but, you know, I'm doing the video. I didn't want to start and stop. It just makes editing so much easier when you don't. So get the glue off my fingers. And then I think I'm getting the googly eye. Gotta have the googly eye. Little tiny bit of glue there. And then I am just going to get a black marker. They could use a crayon. They could even use paint. You could use yarn, you know, if you wanted more dimension. I'm going to draw a little smile. And then I'm going to draw some legs. And I'm not worried about, is this the number of legs a caterpillar does have? I don't know. And that's it for this one. Now, they could draw grass on it, a sun. They could add to their picture whatever they want, but I thought it turned out really cute. Okay, now we're going to take a Dollar Tree clothespin, or wherever you get clothespins. I'm just painting mine white. I just had a white sitting there, so I thought, well, I'll just grab the white and paint it. And then I have 2 popsicle sticks that I'm also painting white. Painting the sides. You can paint top and bottom of the popsicle stick. I didn't. You're not going to see it. And then I took not a paper clip, a clothespin apart, and I'm just painting one half of it. That's going to be the tail of the plane. Now, this plane is not anatomically correct. I don't have a rudder or anything like that, but it's still going to be cute. And when we get done, we're going to have, and I didn't show this part, but one of those chalkboard hearts that we're going to put in the clamp part of the clothespin. So now I measured, and we're the halfway mark on the popsicle stick. See, I told you, I'm going to have trouble with words. And I'm gluing it right there in the center on the clothespin, top and bottom. So I'm going to put one right on top of the other on either side of the clamp part of the clothespin. And then I'm just going to take this over. You can't see it, but I'm measuring to see where the center is so I can get the center right on that end of the clothespin. And that's going to be the tail. All right, now they can decorate it with paint, markers. I just grabbed a marker. Wasn't working really well, you'll see. I'm just painting some stripes and things like that. But I think it'd be fun to get some stickers, and they could put stickers on them if you can find some little teeny stickers. You could do the little red dots or the blue dot, whatever color. You could do the jewels. There's all kinds of things that you could decorate it with. I'm going to get this marker working in just a second here. There we go. Just had to get the right angle. Sorry you can't see what I'm drawing there. I'm just going to go over those others because I finally got it working. Then I just thought, well, I'll just put some stripes on the tail. The kids can be much more creative. I was just trying to knock these out real quick today, so I knew if I had all of my supplies or I needed to run into town again to get anything. I decided to put a little star right in the center. was wishing that I had, and I might have somewhere, but I didn't look for them, just a little star sticker. Be really cute. They could write their name across the wing or even the body of the plane. A lot of things you can do. And that's all there is. And then I just took one of those hearts, wrote I love you with a white marker, and that was it. So now we're going to make a butterfly. I took another clothespin, painted it red. Now I don't know what I'm doing here. I start doing this and then I stop and do it a different way. So I was starting to glue the hearts just right to the clothespin. And for some reason, you'll see in a minute. Oh, you can see that I left the backing on. I could not get the backings off. I thought, oh, I'm just going to leave it on. I don't know what I'm looking for there. And if I wasn't recording, I would just cut that part out. So I took them out, I glued them together like that, and then I glued them inside the clamp part of the clothespin. This turns out so cute, you guys. I'm going to put a magnet on the back of mine and put it on the fridge. Now I'm going to glue some, what do you think, googly eyes, 2 googly eyes onto the end of the clothespin. Got a little string of hot glue. Did you see how the butterfly was kind of moving by itself? That was the string of hot glue. Then I'm going to take a little piece of pipe cleaner, fold it into a V shape to make the antennas, and I'm just going to glue that inside the clamp part of the clothespin. And you can use Elmer's glue with little kids, so you don't have to use the hot glue gun. You could also take little hearts and make another layer on the wings, so it's two-toned. I took a white marker and just made some little dots all over the body. It was just what it needed, and it turned out so cute. You could even draw some designs on those wings too. You could do anything you want. So what am I doing now? Oh, I forgot I had to make a little smiley face. Now she's done. Didn't she turn out cute? Thanks for watching, you guys, and I will see you next time. Have a great one.